welcome back. And of course, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Yanni, and of course, this is Diane. We are doing together this DIY channel. If you like this content, of course, because I want to keep it short, if you like this content, click the red subscribe button. And of course, if you want to see more DIYs, come on over to our description box. There you find all the links for our YouTube channels with lots and lots of DIYs to see. For today, of course, we are going to make 2 new tumbling towel blocks inspiration DIY. So if you like this, get out your tumbling towel blocks, get out your glue gun and join us. And if you only want to watch, have fun watching. For this DIY, we need, of course, our tumbling towel blocks, some wood glue, some furniture wax, of course, paint at your choice, my glue gun, some scissors, some brush, and of course some glue sticks. These are the main pieces, and later we will take also a print, but you will see that in a moment. But first we are going to make the base of our flag, because it is a 4th of July DIY, and we are going to make a flag which can stand on his own. So we will see how this will turn out. For the base of the flag, we are going to take some top of the block. We are going to do some glue. We are going to glue this one at the side this way, and removing our glue, we are going to take another block. We are going to do again some glue on the top. We are not going to place it here, but we're going to place it against this one and squeeze it and press it down. And now we're going to do some glue on this top from the smaller one, and from this one we're going to do it in the inside at the end. And if everything's alright, we can place this over here and we have a nice square like this, and I show it to you. And this is what I mean. This is the first base of our feet of our flag. We are going to take a block and we're going to do some glue on the side, glue some block against this one and squeeze it and press it down, and again another one, and we're going to do number 3 like this, squeeze it and press it down, so we get a nice clean this way. And I'm going to remove the glue on the sides, and we are going to glue this on top of here, but we are going to do that with some wood glue, because then it sticks in place a little better. So we're going to do some wood glue around the end of the lines, just this way, over here and over here. So he sticks very nicely on top of each other, and this way lay it down in the middle, and look if you have it in a straight line this way, and just let this dry. What we're going to do right now, we are going to take again a block and we are going to do some glue on the side. We place this block against this block, and of course make sure that your glue is away on the side. You see I already spilled some glue. I'm going to do some glue on this side of the block, and again I'm going to place this one also over here like this. And now I'm going to do some glue at this end, and of course in the inside of this one like this. And now one is fitting inside this block, and now we have a nice square like this, and we are going to make 4 of them. And you see I have all 4 pieces of our flag holder. What we're going to do, we're going to glue them on top of each other. I'm doing it with some wood glue, but before I did, I just look for some glue, because or else it doesn't fit quite right on top of each other. So I'm going to go for the first layer, of course, of my, and I'm going to try to get it a little bit close to the little opening, because then your glue doesn't come out totally. Or maybe I can change it over this way, maybe this better, like this. And I'm going to place it up here And I'm going to go for the next one. We're doing some glue again on the, a little more on the inside, this way, because most of the time it comes out, you see, just on the middle. And I'm going to place it over here and just let it fall and work a little bit with it, because you still can, that's the great thing about wood glue, you still can change it up a little bit. And I still feel here some glue, and of course this is the side, but when you're going to paint it, it doesn't give such a nice effect. So we are going to make sure that everything is gone. And now the last piece, of course I have to look if I have it on the right spot. Here I do. And now, and then we're going to let it dry for at least a half hour. Of course we are going to place it over here and we are going to let it dry. In the meantime, while our base and of course our flag holder is drying, we are going to make the flags. And of course we're not going to make one, you also can do one on this side, but I'm going to go for a little bit different. I'm going to go for 4 of them. So I don't know if this is a great idea or not, but we will see how this will turn out. You know me, always a little bit more different than someone else. So, and most of the time a lot of things are also going wrong more than with other people's, but I always say if you don't try it you never know. And I am already stuck to my placemat with my glue. You see already. And a number 4. So I'm going to take the flag space from 4 blocks. So very easy, just make them, press them down like this, 4 pieces, and I'm going to make them 4 times. See our 4 pieces of our flag. What I'm going to do, because I want to glue them on each side of this flag holder, I'm going to do some print on top, of course, on this side and on this side, on this side and on the other side. So I need 8 pieces of prints, and I make 2 different prints. So I'm going to print them out, and then we're going to Mod Podge them on our flags. And this is the prints I will use. Of course, I will use 2 different prints, like I told you. One Independence Day, and of course this Land of the Brave. So I will cut all of them out, because we really need 8 of them, because we're going to do the front and the back side of our flag. So I'm going to cut them out, and then we're going to Mod Podge them on top of our little holders. I cut them out, and I have 2 sets of my little prints. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do one on this side and another one on the other side. So we are going to, first I'm going to do for all 4 of them, I'm going to do the Independence Day. I'm going to do some Mod Podge on top of here, and just do Mod Podging your way, because I do it probably maybe different than someone else does. Most of the time I'm doing something, because one time it wrinkles, the other time it doesn't. So I always hoping for the best, hoping for the best. So I'm going to place it in the middle and try not to get Mod Podge on the front, because I want to keep the matte finish. And see, this is already one. I'm going to do all 4 of them, and this one I'm going to do on the back side. have mod podge my 4 signs, and of course on each side a different uh, print. What I'm going to do, I turn over my middle piece of my flag like this, and I'm going to turn also my sign, of course, upside down, because we are going to glue it in the middle on each side of our flag holder. Maybe that's a better word, flag holder, like this. In the Netherlands we call it flag, is in the Netherlands vlag. It's almost the same, only the F is turned into for us a V, so it is almost the same word. So I'm going to glue them with some mud pots, because of some wood glue, because I want to make sure that he stays in place very nicely. So I'm going to do with and on each side I'm going to try which one is fitting better on top of here. So maybe this one, I have to do it this way. So I have to look for the white space, and then I'm going to do all 4 of them. So I glued my flag together, and this is what you get. Of course, I'm going to turn it over, and I hope everything stays in place, but you never know. Sometimes it just drops off and falls on your table. So I am hoping for the best. For the best, because I should have given it a little bit more dry time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my of course my feet of my flag holder, and I'm going to, it also looks like a sign, oh no, how you could, a road sign. It's also again, so we're going to glue this on top of here, and then we only need for the top, you can use a bead, and I have this laying around. This was from the Easter wooden pieces, and I just, is an Easter egg, but if you glue it on top of here, it is really a nice ending of a nice top for your flag holder. And I'm going to do everything, the rest, in some furniture wax, but of course you can paint it. But if you are going to paint it, I'm sorry, I have to tell you that it is a little bit longer, but if you're going to paint it, just paint your flag already before you do the Mod Podge on your flags, because or else it's a little bit more difficult to get it off and you get more Mod Podge on your paint. So enough talking, I'm going to glue this on top of here. So I turn it over and I'm doing enough glue on this side, because I don't want to that it falls off his feet. So I need enough glue, but of course not too much. But I'm always a person who uses a little bit too much glue, a little bit too much Mod Podge, but don't mind, do whatever you think is right. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to place it in the middle like this. Keep it in place. I'm turn it around and make sure that I have it exactly in the middle where I want to have it. And this, and now it can dry. Of course, I am also going to place the top on here, and I'm just doing some wood glue on this, but of course choose anything you like. I just do the wood glue, but I have to look before he is fitting and he's not fitting. So he's not if I had a little size bigger, that would be even more better, but I have to work with what I have. So I have to place it in the middle like this, and now I'll let this dry also. So my sign of my flag, my road sign, just what you going to call it, at least he is dried up, and I'm going to take my furniture wax and I'm going to do it in some furniture wax. But like I said, if you did paint it, you're already done, you already did paint it, so I still need to wax mine. I have my sign now totally in the furniture wax. I let it dry, and then I'm going to take a piece of kitchen towel, and then I'm kitchen paper, not towel, kitchen paper, and I'm going to wipe the wax, which is too much. I'm going to wipe away, and then he is finished. In a moment you see a quick impression. And here you see a quick impression of our homemade flag road sign, just how you call it. I am so happy how he turned out. Of course, I hope you give this one also a try. You can place him anywhere in your home, on a tray, in your kitchen, you name it, you can find really a spot for it. So I hope you give this one also a try. this DIY we are going to need, of course, our tumbling tower blocks, our Mod Podge, some furniture wax or paint at your choice, our glue gun, and of course glue sticks, some brush and some scissors. And later we are going to use also a print. So these are the main pieces we need for this DIY. We are going to make a sign house. So we will see again how this will turn out. For this house sign we are going to make first our roof. And what we're going to do, we're going to take one total block. So these are a little bit of the larger size blocks. This is 7 by 2.1.1. So this is only 1 centimeter of the 1 centimeters. This is of course 7, and for this is 2.1. But you also have a little bit of the smaller blocks. They are from the Dollar Tree. I also have the smaller ones. I always order them online. But this time are the bigger blocks. And what I did a couple of the bigger blocks. I did 1/3 of the block I did cut out. And I kept the 2/3. Of course, I also kept this one for a later project. But you see, this is what you get. And I'm sorry that I explained it. A lot of you think, go on. Don't waste my time, but I always love to show you also what I did. So I take 2 of those kind of blocks and I'm going to glue them against one of the whole block this way. This is one. For, like I said, we're going to make first the roof of this house. So this will be against this one over here. Squeeze it and press it down. This is already one, so you have 2 halves on the ends ending and 1 totally in the middle. What we're going to do now, we're going to take 1 bigger block and of course again 1 of the 2/3 block. I make it sound like it is really difficult math, but it isn't. It's very easy. And this way, and we are going to glue it against this one, but of course in the middle. And we are going to place it over here and this way. And now we get this one. We go again for 1 in totally. And this will be over here. And again in the middle and press it down. And now we get 1 over here on the top. And then we almost have our top of our roof. And this way. And I'm going to remove my glue. And over here, I always take a little bit too much glue, but don't mind that. You see, now we already, and you still can do, if you do one of the 2/3 in one, you also can do the 1/3 over here. You have a little top over here. And I think it looks a little bit like this, so you get a nicer top. So do whatever you think is right. So I have already my roof. Now we're going to do the underside of our house. For the underside of our house, we are going to glue 4 pieces like this together. This is 1. And we're going to make number 2. And this way. And the last one, number 4. This is already 1 row. And glue this one together also. Press it down, or else you get not a flat piece, but a little bit of the flat. So they always press it down. You see, very easy, 4 pieces. And this will be under here. But I see already, if you do it this way, well, my idea was 4, but I don't think I like it, so I think I'm going for 1 extra. So I'm going to go for 5. This way. Place it and press it down. And this is already 1. I'm going to make another one from 5. So I have both of the pieces of my house. What I'm going to do, I'm going to triple it. No, that's not true. That's 3 times, and I'm going to double it. That's better than triple it. So I'm going to double it. So I'm going to make again 2 of this one, and of course 1 roof again. So it's very easy. How do I come on triple? It is of course, it is of course double it up. So I'm going to first glue this together like this, squeeze it and press it down this way, and of course press it down as hard as you can. Then we remove the glue, and now we already have one of the front and one roof for the front. And I'm going to make again, take one block, I'm going to take two of the smaller pieces and I'm going to glue them together until we got a roof again. This is one, and we are going to do the second one. And this is so easy, but we are going to make I don't think you call it dimensional, I think, if I am correctly. Here in the Netherlands we call it drie-dimensionaal, and that means you can look on each side. So we are going to try, of course, we also could place our house on this and like this. Then you also have your house on a stand. I did that also, but I'm going to try for something different right now. Now I'm going to make this one together the same like this, and we're going to glue this side again and glue it on top of it just like we did with the first one. And we're going to take one block and glue it together in the middle this way, and a smaller block like this, and I think I have some glue on the back side because he doesn't want to lay down. And we're going to glue this one in the middle. So we have two of the same roofs, and we are going to now make two of 5 blocks together, the same like we did with the front side. You see already now we have two top of our houses, we have two on the middle piece of our houses. What we're going to do, we are going to do 2 blocks like this, and we are going to glue them together this way, and we are going to do this 4 times because we need on each house we need 2, and you have already 2 pieces and another one, and then you can see what how many pieces we need for this house. And this is already number 3, you see, and now we still need 2, and that are the last pieces we need. And this way, and of course if you want to make a bottom inside of it, then you can also make I'll show you that in a moment, but these are the pieces for the house. So 2 of this one, 2 of this one, and 4 of this one. Now we're going to glue it together. That's very easy. We are going to start with one side, and we are going to place this one against here, and we're going to place this one against here, and we're going to place this one against here. Of course you also can go higher like this, but I'm not going to do that. But I just wanted to show you also, and I'm going to glue this together so we get a nice piece on. You already know what I mean. I'm just going to glue it. It's better that I just glue it, that I talk English. That's another dimension like this, and I'm going to place it and keep it in place for a little moment, and this. And now we're going to do this one, and we are going to glue this also against this side over here. Of course I have to make sure that it is in line, because we want also this part has to fit on here. So we are going to do some glue over here, and we do some glue over here. And now I hope everything is fitting quite right. So I'm going to place this one against this one, And of course I have to be sure before I press everything that it is fitting. And this way, and now you get a nice kind of, yeah, it looks a little bit like a box. You also can do some napkins inside of it. Napkins inside. At the end, don't worry, it will come okay. So I'm going to get, of course, our top of our house on top of here, one on this one and one on this side. So very easy, just do some glue and just place your top of your house on here and make sure that you have it in the middle like this. Squeeze it and press it down. This is already one. Now we only need the other one. And we're going to do some glue over here. And we're going to place this one over here again. Remove a little piece and then we can press it down. And this way, now we already have a nice house. And it will be a house of 4th of July, but I know you don't see it and still yet, but it will come. But like I said, now I'm going to show you also if you want to do a bottom inside. For the bottom we are going to do, then you even can do some greenery or some flowers inside, I was thinking. So maybe I will do the bottom also, not only to show you, but maybe I will do it, glue it also on my house. And maybe I'm going to do some greenery inside of here, because I am loving always my greenery. So we are going to take 5 blocks like this, and the last one, and this. And now we already, if everything is correctly, we already have our bottom. So we can glue this on top of here. And you see, we already have our own little house, but of course you can do some things inside of here. So I'm going to do some wood glue because I want to make sure that my bottom is stayed in place. Again, I'm just going to turn over my home like this, and I'm going to go over it with my wood glue like this. I just do it in this hand. This is not my greatest hand, so we will how the glue is coming up. And this way. And now we are going to place it over here. And make sure that we have it exactly where we want to have it, and we let it dry for a half hour. So our house is dried up and we are ready to give this some print on the front and on the back side, so you can use it on both ways. And even you can do some use utensil, if I am correctly. You can do some pieces you use in your kitchen, some spoons, some no, I don't know how you exactly call it in English. At least you know what I mean. And these can be also be very nice in your kitchen for the 4th of July. So I'm going to go to my computer and I show you in a moment the print. And this is how our print turned out. So I made one for the front and one for the back side. I'm going to cut it out now, and then we're going to Mod Podge it on top of our house. So we did cut out our print, and I'm going to place it on a piece of kitchen paper, and I'm going to do some Mod Podge on here. Of course, I always do a little bit more than probably you need to do. That was a strange word. So I'm going to do the whole pieces a little bit thicker. So I'm sure, because the wood also takes a little bit of your Mod Podge. So I'm going to give it a nice, and now I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to try not to get it on my table, but I did not succeed. So I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to wipe it down like this. And you see, of course, I know you see it backwards, but this is just my telephone. Don't worry, in a moment you see it better. So I'm really happy with the design. So I'm going to do the back side also. have the print on both sides of our house. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take now my furniture wax, and if you wanted to paint, of course, then I recommend paint first your house again, like we also did with other DIYs, and then do the print on top of here. That's a little bit handier than that you have to paint around it. With some furniture wax, it goes very well just around your print, but with paint, it's always a little bit more difficult. So I'm just going to start with make it my little house a little bit more rustic. So in the moment you see how we decorate it. On my table I have a couple of greenery. I have some ferns. This is just a loose picks from a tree. I have some lavender in the white color, and of course I have some other greenery, but I don't know if I will use it. Maybe I'll keep it very simple just with the fern. So did fold the fern a little bit shorter. So I'm going to do two on this side. So if I face it this way, I have it the fern on this side. Of course, I have to squeeze them in. And now I'm going to take two of the ferns, but I'm going to do them in the opposite direction. So if you see it your side, you also see a nice view like this. And maybe sometimes you have to take it a little bit shorter. And you see already, because this one is a little bit longer. So I'm going to short it in and just bend it, because it's wire, so it is very easy just to do it any way you want. So like this. So I have one that's what the direction, one this one, and now I'm going to fill it up with my lavender. And of course try to work sideways, because you will see the sides and not the inside most of the time. So of course you have to fill it in over here and just do some over here, but I don't want to do it that crazy. So I have also a piece of fern still, and I'm going to bend it, and I'm going to place it, like I said, in the middle, but I have to bend it right like this, and I'm going to place it in here and do some piece of lavender on the back side over here. And so you see, you get a nice little display, and you can decorate it anyway. If you like red, white and blue flowers also is also fine. Do whatever you think. And you also, like I said earlier, you can use it in your kitchen for utility or something, at least where you put your spoons in. And your wooden spoons, but if you let me know in the comments down below how you call it. So I read it somewhere, but I can speak it out really nice. So at least you can try it lots of ways. So in a moment you see the impression. And here you see a quick impression of our tumbling tile blocks, a little 4th of July house. And of course you can decorate it any way you like. I was looking on Google for the right name for a spoon holder, but I can't find it. But I'm sure a lot of you will let me know down below in the comments. So thank you for that. This was it already for today's DIY inspiration. I hope you had fun watching. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button if you're not subscribed to Diana My channel, and give it a thumbs up. It would help our channel a lot. Thank you so much for that. If you want to see more DIY inspiration, come on over to our description box. There you find all the link for this channel, and of course my All About Christmas channel with lots of seasonal decor. And don't forget our free printable, so go check it out. For now, we wish you all an amazing day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.